Hello, how are you doing? My name is Joseph Ngugi, one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind. Welcome to another episode of the Pre-PT Chat Live, where myself and Casey Coleman will be in this group. Casey will be joining me in the next few moments, but we will come live into this group and just talk to you about a topic that honestly, like, I didn't even know I was going to talk about this until about 25 minutes ago. I had a completely different topic in mind. And then I saw a post by one of our students, and it completely changed how this conversation is going to go. How you doing, Shanahan? How you doing, Ariana? Good to see you all. Happy Thursday evening. Let's see if Casey's on here yet. Nope, not yet. So when Casey hops on, him and I will go all in. Shanahan, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, because I know last time the audio was acting up a little bit. But yeah, no, we have a great topic for tonight. If you are new to this group, welcome. Welcome. Casey and I have dedicated our lives to serving you as pre-PTs. And through Pre-PT Grind, really what we want to do is just help pre-PTs get into PT school without wasting time or money. Like, if we can do that, then it's a big win for us. It's also a big win for you. And we have some good news coming in terms of stories of pre-PTs that have been in the same situation that you're in, that are currently getting into PT school, that we'll be sharing. So tune in every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, we are bringing in a student that has gone through their journey. You get to see how they conquered it and how they got locked into a PT program. I see Casey is here. Timothy, how you doing? And if it lets Casey on, which it should in the next few seconds, there we go. What's up, Casey? How you doing, brother?
What's good? Repping my physio memes. Let it
Ooh,
snow.
yo, I saw your IG story, man. I saw it came through. That's
Somebody,
clean,
somebody
bro.
tag AT.
Yo, true. Somebody let him know. But tonight we have a topic that is important to know. It's going to be comforting to some. It's also going to be a wake up call to others. Megan, how you doing? But this is now there are a lot of pieces to locking yourself into a PT program. This skyrockets up there as one of the more important things to know. Jacqueline, how you doing? And really, after we share this, let us know if you have any questions. If you like, especially for those of you that are here, let us know you're here. Like, say hashtag team live. If you're watching this later, hashtag team replay. But if you have any questions on what we're going to talk about tonight, just let us know. Like, drop them below. We'll make sure that we answer them. But the topic is, what if I told you that it's not about who you know? Now, for those of you that have been listening to us for a while, we always say that it's about, like, the people you're associated with. We always talk about how important it is to have a strong network. I even, like, we even had a podcast episode where I brought in um, uh, three of my friends, three of my partners in crime, who from the time, how you doing, Karen? Who from the time I was a freshman in college, Casey interviewed us, who from the time I was a freshman in college were like my ride or dies. Like, they were the ones that all the way through undergrad, all the way through PT school, I was making sure that, like, I was leveling up myself with. Like, when we were at our low points, we were helping each other out. When we were at our high points, we celebrated together. And ultimately got into PT school together. So yeah, like, it's important to have the right network of people. Like, it's important to have that. But still, what if I told you? What if I told you that it's not about who you know? Or maybe it's not just about who you know. Casey, Jocelyn fire for us, brother.
No. I think we've covered this topic a couple of times before, and it's true. The statement is true. It's not just about who you know, even though that is a big factor. Oftentimes when we think about applications, we're so narrow-minded into the stats and the normal stuff everyone talks about, and it's important. You have to have the basics to even get past the first level. But when you get into networking and finding out that it's these connections, all like, what is it, like 6 degrees of separation now with the internet is probably like
Yeah.
4 or 3. But when you start networking in person or online, you figure out that the world is pretty small.
Yep.
And nowadays, it's just not about who you know, because a lot of people know a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? A lot
Yeah.
of people know us. A lot of people, you know, in this group following us on YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff, a
Hmm.
lot of people know us. But do we know them? Not necessarily. We see your little icons. We see you pop up on our live streams. We see you like our stuff. But do we really know you? Is that even there? Then going further, what have you proven to us, or even further than that, what have you proven to the people that you really care about knowing about you in terms of application? So it's about who you know, but it's also about who knows you. But after that fact, it's about who you've proven yourself to, whether it's stats, whether it's observation hours, whether it's whatever, giving value to them without expecting anything in return, et cetera, et cetera. It's those three steps that all come into
Mm.
play. It's not just about that surface level. Oh yeah, I saw them. Oh yeah, they saw me just the other day in passing. I said
Yeah.
hi. Yeah, they know me. Everybody can do that, and
Hmm.
everybody does do that. But that doesn't really separate you or make you different as a pre-PT student.
Yeah.
And going a step further, it's not really about who knows you either, because we talked about it before. Your professor knows everybody in your class. You know, all our PT professors know
Hmm.
everybody in their classes in their school. That does that really even make you different there?
Wow.
What really is the separating factor is about who you've proven yourself to,
Yeah.
and do they really know what you've proven, and do they really hold that as valuable,
Hmm.
right? Because you can't give steak to somebody who doesn't eat steak. You
Hmm.
can't give lettuce, you know, you can't feed a vegetarian diet for somebody who hates, you know, vegetables and stuff like that. So if you're proving the wrong things or trying to push something onto somebody who thinks that is valuable and they don't even like it, that's even another step that we didn't even talk about or go
Yeah.
into.
Yep.
So we're just uncovering layers off this onion. It's not just about who you know. It's not just about who knows you. It's not just about who you're trying to prove yourself to. It's about, do they even care what you're trying to prove to them? We
Wow.
can just go deeper and deeper into this, but it's just that type of thinking that I think makes us different as pre-PT grind than your normal guidance counselors or your normal advisors. They're just checking you off a list. They're just saying, you know, this is what I see. This is what you have to do. Go do
Hmm.
it. Get into PT school. But are they really thinking this deep on this level to get you in and to make you a better PT student and physical therapist? Because it's that type of thinking that helps us get so many students in and helps us get these great results and helps you ultimately get into PT school. So
Yeah.
it's just different levels to all of this. So that's just my little short take on networking on this topic. What you got?
Yeah. Okay. So I like Casey's 100% correct. Let me know in the comments if as an applicant whether you have applied already. So let me start with those. If you have already applied and you are still waiting for the school to either tell you whether you're accepted or not, and you're in that state of limbo, say me. If you are a student that has not applied yet and you are scared about what happens. It's like, what happens when I have done my part, when I have done the essay, when I've done the GRE, when I have applied, like I'm done with my part, and now I have to wait for the school to either call me back for an interview or even after the interview for the school to tell me whether I got in or not. And I'm just like concerned about that. Like I'm kind of scared about it. Like I'm worried about what that will be like. Like I know I've been there. I know Casey has been there, but have you been there? Or are you currently going through it? Just say me, Jared, how you doing? Because what I'm about to say next is going to be very important. It's going to be very, very, very important. And it's something that I've had to share or at least talk to a few pre-PTs about over the last few weeks. There's a lot of students right now who have applied already and are waiting. There's a lot of students right now who have done their interviews already and are waiting. Shanahan, I hear you, bro. There are students right now who have not even applied yet, but are looking forward and are saying, okay, like I'm gonna apply next year. I see some of this stuff falling in place eventually, and it concerns me. Like, what if the next year I put all this effort into retaking classes, into applying, only to have to wait 2 or 3 months before I get accepted into a program after the moment that I, submit my application. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna handle that anxiety? How am I gonna handle it? It's stressful. Like those are the things that like cause us to not sleep. Like you're waking up at night. Shoot, it's like 3 days after you submitted your application. You're like looking at your phone. You're like checking your email every second. You're like, oh crap. Like you're going on the pre-doc. Like I had a student once tell me, they were like, Joseph, I had to stop following you guys for a little bit, not because I didn't want to listen to y'all, but because on the pre-doc page, I just kept seeing all these students getting accepted. And I was like, man, like that's giving me anxiety. Like that's stressing me out because it's been 2 weeks since I applied. It's been 2 months since I applied. It's been 2.5 months since I interviewed, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck because like I don't want to feel bad about other people succeeding. I don't want to. What if I work so hard to get ahead, finish my classes, and I don't get accepted on the first try? Yeah, like all those things are real fears, and we all go through them. But that's why tonight's topic is so important because I had a conversation with a pre-PT this week, and this student, one of our students in the accepted system was stuck. Like it was at this point where they're like, Joseph, I just want to be transparent. Like I'm not trying to act like I'm complaining or anything like that. Like I just kind of have a day today where I'm feeling those feelings, and I was like, bro, that's normal to feel. Like it's okay to feel that. It's how we handle them that's even more important. And here's what I told him. I was like, all right, we can control what we can control. We can only control what we can control. So up until the point you applied, you were in control in terms of all the details of your application. You were in control when you were retaking classes. You were in control when you were doing your PT cats. You were in control when you were doing your GRE. Like you were in control. Now you've done all those things and you've given the control to the school. So the school is now like deciding, they're looking through, they have their own algorithm. Now, honestly, every school has their own way of picking students, but they have their own algorithm and they're kind of trying to figure out like which students are a match for us. And he was like, what am I supposed to do? I was like, well, if controlling the controllable is all we can do, then what's one thing we can control? We can't really control you like submitting an act, like you've already submitted. Like we can't really control you already had an interview there, so we can't really control like you getting like what can we control? I was like, go back to basics. Understand that this is a human to human relationship. Understand that this is a human element, which pretty much means that you're just dealing with people. So how do people respond? Like people don't forget somebody that they know. People don't forget somebody that they have interacted with at a high level. Like if I see somebody at Walmart, you know, every now and then I just say hello. Like, have we communicated? Yeah. Have they seen me? Yeah. Do I probably know them? Well, yeah. But when it comes to them knowing me, probably not if it hasn't gotten that much deeper. And there's a few key ways. I don't know. Like, are we good? Casey, can you hear me?
I think we're good now. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me know in the comments if you guys can still hear me because it's going in and out. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
You're
Casey,
good.
there?
You're good for
I'm good.
now.
All right, perfect. So really, what I said is like it's a human relationship. So build on it. I was like, okay, so what? Like you've already interviewed, build on it. Like how can you maintain a relationship with the people that you've already interacted with, whether it's the person that interviewed you, whether it's the faculty. I was like, you can reach out to them in so many different ways, whether it's an email where you're continuing to ask more in-depth questions about their program that don't look like you picked them up off of Google, questions that show that you're actually interested in what they're about. Okay, so am I still going out?
You're still good. You're good. Keep going. Can you hear me?
I don't know if I'm still going out. Hold up.
I can hear you. I don't know if they can, but on my end.
I'm good. All right. It just keeps going out on my end. But I said I was like, yo, like we have to find a way to build a relationship. And so I said, bro, if you gotta reach out to the program, like not just like calling them or whatever, just like have an email, like communicate, connect, like ask questions. Like all you need them to do is remember who you are, not because you just look like not because you're just some guy that came and interviewed there, but because you're building a relationship. People don't forget that. I remember this summer there was a student that was applying to a program here in Florida. They were working at the clinic that I'm at right now at the time. They were pre-PT. It's literally like 4 weeks before PT schools were starting. The program that they had applied to, they had been waitlisted, and they were just stuck. They were like, "Oh, yo, Joseph, what am I supposed to do?" I was like, literally, I was like, "Yo, we just sometimes we just got to go back to basics. Sometimes we just got to pull in the human element." I was like, "Listen, here's what you do." I was like, "Pull out your phone or pull out your laptop. We're gonna send them an email. Let's start having a conversation with them. Let's just start like don't reach out to them and say, hey, have you like looked at my application? Hey, have you decided on me yet? Like everyone's doing that. How do you stand out? Build a relationship. So funny enough, when she started reaching out, someone had just dropped out. Someone that was currently in that accepted class for that program had just dropped out, and that student was the first person to communicate with that program afterwards. Like just as it happened, that was the first thing to pop up. So do you think they went back and said, all right, who's next in line? No, they said, oh shoot, she's interested in what we're about. The questions she's asking, like she's down for what we're doing here. Like she gets it. She's hungry. Like so they were like, hey, like would you be interested in doing like another interview? And just like that, she got accepted into the program with like a week to spare. Now, was that quite the year, quite the whirlwind that she went through before getting accepted? Well, yes, but she went back to basics. It's not just about who you know, it's about who really knows you. Are you taking the time to build relationships with the people that matter? Are you taking the time to build relationships with the people in here? Like we've been saying this time and time again. This whole online thing is great. It's cool and all, but when you build a real relationship, it actually goes offline. You can start it online. It actually goes offline. Whether it's like Ariana and Ferryman, like y'all actually showed up. Y'all came to Florida and we went and had dinner. Man, tell me right now, bro. Like when we met, when we had that evening where we like ate dinner, you also like did like a live stream with me here in the pre-doc page. I mean, do you think we like our relationship got better or did it get worse? Like because for me, like I 100% believe it got better, like on my end for sure. Because now there's no like waiting for someone to message you back. There's no like, oh, I messaged him this morning. He's messaging me. Like, I mean, like it doesn't work like that. It's all in real time. You see how authentic somebody is. You see what they're really about. You see their fears, their anxieties, their excitements, all the things that matter, all the things that make us human. But that only happens when you take the time to build relationships. That's also why we're giving you guys an opportunity to build relationships this coming summer. That's why we're having this whole 10-day challenge. I think there's like 7 days left now. That's why we're doing it because we want to take this thing offline. We want to take this off of just like we're always going to be doing live streams, but we want to see y'all in person, like face to face, take you to dinner or like in person. Like let's figure everything out in person, but also understand that the relationships you start to build are no longer the whole hi, good to see you, or like it's like when you see like when you meet a celebrity and they just like sign an autograph for you, or you have like a little 30-second conversation, you feel like, yo, we're like BFFs. Nah, they don't know you. I mean, you have that moment, but they get it so frequently, they don't really know you. So who knows you? Who knows you intently? Like who knows you for real? Who knows you because you've actually put out the energy, like you've put the effort into building a relationship with them? Who knows you because you have actually like been intentional, been very, very intentional about building that relationship, whether it's the PT program, whether it's like guidance, whether it's us, whether it's someone that can walk you through the whole process of getting into PT school, whether it's other physical therapists that have gone through the same struggles, whether it's other pre-PTs that have just recently gotten accepted into PT school that have been going through the same anxieties, frustrations, and all. Like we got like next Wednesday, we got a live stream. I'm not even gonna spoil it, but we got someone that just got accepted into PT school that like her story is ridiculous. I'm not even gonna spoil it for her, but I need y'all to be there because that's what it's about. Like I want you to see the types of people you can start associating yourself with just in here. Pre-PTs, physical therapists, people that are in love with the profession, but have also gone through some hell, have also gone through some great things as well, but also understand exactly what you're going through right now. But that doesn't come from just watching a live video and feeling good. That doesn't come from just reading posts. That doesn't come from just liking a comment. That comes from stepping outside of that and building relationships. So if you're stuck right now and you've already applied and you're like, yo, what do I do next? Build relationships. If you're saying I want to stand out next year, I'm applying next year and I want to stand out as a student, or I'm applying in 2020, I want to stand out as a student. Build relationships. They can only go so far online, but in person, well, that's when you really know if someone's real or not. Like, that's when you know if someone's been playing you or if they're the real deal. And that's why we got to meet you guys. We want to meet you. We really, really, really do. And the best place to do that is going to be SSPT Live, Smart Success PT Live 2019. And if you want to be there, let's make it happen. Whether, like, whoever wins this competition, it doesn't really matter. We want to see you there regardless. But if you're trying to go there for free and get like a plane ticket paid for and a hotel and all that other good stuff, I mean, shoot, it's at the top of the page for you already. But we want to meet you because relationships are everything. Every bit of, like, the students that have gone from being rejected 2 to 3 years like to getting accepted, the main difference was not just like the application. Sometimes it's strategy and certain things they didn't see and all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's making it, like, bringing it down to the basics of understanding the human element and applying it and knowing how to do it and knowing who to associate with, knowing which physical therapist to know, knowing which mentors to have you, like, all those different things. When you're in those research programs and building those relationships, what's the best way to stand out against your peers that are also building and maintaining those relationships? Well, honestly, like, you got to respect the time. Like, someone who, like, think about it with any friendships, right? Like, are you just gonna like see somebody a few times or email them a few times and say, all right, well, I tried, but my classmates are, my peers or whoever is having a stronger relationship? Well, no, like, you just want to be very intentional about it, because a lot of times when we're trying to build relationships, what we're usually doing, which is a big mistake, is we're just trying to stand out and overdoing it. So you're like overselling yourself. You're trying to look too good. You're trying to, like, show them what you're currently working on. You're trying to, like everyone does that. Anybody can suck up. Anybody can make themselves like, but who's the people that actually are rare? The ones that you might not even realize are not, like, actually doing it the right way are the ones that, like, the ones that decide to invest in that person that they're trying to build a relationship with, whether it's like the research program, whether it's the coordinators, whether it's the people that are involved, actually being intentional about figuring out, like, what it is that they're about, understanding them. Be more interested than interesting. When you do that, that actually usually takes a lot more energy. For me to see Casey and know that I've never met Casey before, and now say, yo, I'm trying to go, like, meet Casey. I want to take the time to actually learn about him. It's actually harder for me to do that because it takes more time. But that's actually the way to do it. Whereas most of the time we ourselves want to look the part. So we're like, hey, Casey, how you doing? We'll let him say a few basic things about himself. It's like, yeah. And then, like, when he says, yo, what about you? Now I'm going to, like, show out. You know what I mean? And just, look the part, because that'll help me stand out. Everyone's doing that. But not a lot of people show the clear authenticity that comes with saying, yo, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to figure you out. And when people recognize that, like, real recognizes real, like, that's a real statement. Like, when people recognize that, when people understand that you're absolutely authentic, well, you're going to beat everyone else that's trying to build a relationship. And that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works with PT programs. That's how it works with a research program. That's how it works with your future employers. That's how it works with classmates. That's how it works with us. Everything is relationships. The people that you've seen me bring on, like, on a live stream, is not somebody I just saw somewhere and they, like, got accepted into PT school and I was like, hey, you want to do no, it's people that we've just built a relationship with. And that's it. That's how you do it. And if you have any questions on that and you're stuck, like reach out to us. Like, send us a message. Go to contactfreeptgrind.com or send either Casey or myself a private message on Facebook, and we'd be more than happy to just break it down for you. But that's it. That's it. It's not about who you know. You knowing somebody is literally like 25% of the equation. It's about who knows you. No problem, Lisa. Savannah says, being more interested than interesting. That's truth. It's like genuine listening in a conversation being more important than trying to come up with what you're going to say next. It's a mix of respect and authenticity. Yo, Savannah, it's actually kind of hard sometimes to do that. Like man, I used to find myself, I don't know about you, Case, man, like, but I used to find myself because I'm a people pleaser. I don't want to look like I don't know what to say next. So like it was like a habit I had to break where like I wouldn't even be able, like, even to this day I have a hard time with names. Like I have to have the person like say it a few times before it like clicks, unless it's a very unique name. But a lot of the reasons why for a long time I was terrible at that is because of what Savannah just said. Like I was like when I said, "Hey, I'm Joseph," as they're saying their name, all I'm thinking is like, what am I going to say next? What am I going to talk about? Is this the kind of person that I want to go into a deep conversation with? Is this someone that I want to talk about something superficial? Is this like, and so I'm so concerned with my own thoughts that I never actually take the time to listen, to be actively present with that person. Oh, that's the word, being present. I don't take the time to actually be present with them. And the thing is, they can usually read it. I know when someone's not being present with me. And I also know that people know when I'm not being present with them. Like when I'm doing like a lot, when I'm doing like a power call. So with one of our clients, I usually have to like unplug from everything. I can't be like, like fixing my food. No, like I have to be present with them because that's their career on the line. So it's the same thing with you, with relationships. Understand that that's the key. Ben, how you doing? Josh, good to see you. Be where your feet are. Ooh, that's deep, bro. That's deep. But that's it. That's what we want to talk about tonight. Everything is the human element. But just understand it's not who you know. That's literally like, I was going to say it's like 50% of the equation. No, it's like 25% of the equation. Who knows you is 50% of the equation. But who really knows you because you built a relationship with them, that's 100% of the equation. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter what algorithm it is. Someone is going to pick you over someone else that has maybe a slightly higher GPA, a slightly better GRE score, and all that other stuff. If you just do that, it literally single-handedly changes everything. The human element. It's like the biggest hack as a pre-PT. But it really is. If you play into it well, it's such a big hack. It's such a big hack. But y'all keep winning. Guys, we have 7 days left. 7 days left. We want to meet you in person. We got 7 days left. And then Thursday night next week, this time, like next week, Thursday, Casey and I will be on here absolutely ready to announce who our top 3 winners are. And like I said, keep bringing the winners into this group. We absolutely love serving you. And if there's somebody else that you know that could benefit from being part of this community, let them know about this page. Like, don't hold them back. This is not about competition and saying, oh, I don't want them to have the leverage that I have being in this group and all that. No, 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 no. It's not about that. It's
Yeah,
about making
they're gonna
sure
find us
that we
anyway.
are, I mean, yeah, like whether you help them or not, they're going to find us eventually. And so just make sure that you are like, take care of them as well. Take care of them as well. And so bring them into this page, expose them to the environment that you've been exposed to, bring them around the people that you've been involved with, and honestly, bring them with you to Clearwater, Florida next summer. But that's it. Lisa says this is valuable info. Thank you so much for sharing. Anytime, Lisa. Anytime. Anytime. We have some amazing things coming your way. Next week is a big week for 3 winners. It's a very, very big week. Just understand that everything is about the human element. Take it offline, take it to in person. Build real relationships, and it's game over. You have a great rest of your evening. Casey, anything else before we wrap it up?
Oh man, that's pretty much it. Be narrow about who you're choosing to network with and to make yourself known to. And the best way to do that is by making yourself known to the people at SSPT Live because they're the best people.
Exactly.
They're the best PTs out there. So choose wisely, make your energy more efficient, and be at SSPT Live. That's the only way to do
Boom.
it.
Done. Done. You have a great evening. Many blessings. Deuces.